From the unknown to the stars, from the couch to the car, from the unheralded and the unheard, to the legends and beyond, it's where we all belong. Yes, this is where it all starts. From every genre, from every plane, this is where the music's played. So tune right in, won't you bring a friend? This is where it all begins. Welcome to the show, let the music flow of every style and creed. And you can bet your socks that ETX rocks, ETX rocks.
Hey guys, Boston Chris here with the #1 resource for independent music in Northeast Texas. It's the ETX Rock Show, episode number 317, coming at you live from Longview, Texas. And we have my favorite rock band in all the world here in the living room for the very first time, all together on the show. We've had James on the show, we've had Trevor multiple times, we've had Jeremiah multiple times, but for the first time ever, all five guys here in the living room at the same time. And yes, they will be performing on the show for the very first time as well. I'm going to introduce everybody. It's Terry Janish on drums, Jeremiah Anson on lead and rhythm guitar. Is that about right? You guys both play lead and rhythm, right?
Rhythm, lead rhythm.
Okay.
Yeah.
We got Trevor.
Yeah.
Rhythm lead.
Newsome on rhythm lead.
Knew some leads.
Knew some.
But more rhythm.
Yeah.
I knew some leads, but
You see where this is going, right?
Yeah.
We have James Bennett on lead
And they give us
vocals
this, too.
and Tim Davenport on bass. Now, I know Tim is the newest member of the band. Been in the band over a year now.
Going on 2 years.
Almost 2 years.
And the youngest.
Yeah.
Dude,
And
and the
the
youngest.
youngest.
It's been that long?
it's long. I thought it was longer.
A lot of facial hair in the living room, as you guys can see. It's Victims of Sanity. You guys are going to play us a few songs for us. The first one's called Daylight. Tell us a little bit about the song.
It's a really good song. We really enjoy playing it.
What's the meaning behind it?
Yeah, great question, Terry.
Oh, okay. You wanted
We're looking for work.
Okay.
Getting paid.
It's about just trying to be positive.
Mhm.
You know, opening up, connecting to everyone. You know, that's really what it's all about.
Yeah.
Finding happiness and sticking with that and trying to stay in that mode versus, you know, always being down or depressed or
It's amazing how weather will justify our attitude for the day.
It's true.
Whether it's gloomy or it's daylight, sunny, shiny, beautiful day. It's a way to try to be focused and look past that.
So basically, daylight indicates a positive mentality.
yeah, positive mentality,
We just
shedding
might be
light on the darkness.
Might be willing.
You know?
We just might
Being
be
open
willing.
to it as well.
Treat us right.
Yeah.
We just might
Very
be
cool.
willing.
So, guys, for the very first time, and I can't believe that's happening. For the very first time on the show, live in the ETX Rocks living room, it's Daylight, brought to you by Victims of Sanity. Y'all check it out.
Open yourself up to a little happiness. Get the light, daylight on your darkness. Victims of sanity, opens your mind to a real reality. Sanity lies where it's documented with. Here we go! We'll be right back.
Once again, that was Daylight by the one and only Victims of Sanity. Guys, I appreciate all the time and effort you guys have put in to come out here and visit with us today. I have to get that out of the way because I know it's a lot of work for y'all to come. And you guys are all professional guys, too. I mean, you're balancing rock star with everyday father and husband and all of that stuff. So I know how much it means, you know, to get away from that for a little while to visit with us. So thank you for that. Now, Victims of Sanity, Trevor and Jeremiah visited with us all the way back on episode 5.
Yeah.
Episode 5.
It's been a while, man.
So this is 317 now. So that was 312 episodes ago.
You've been busy.
Yeah, we've done a little work. Thank you. And James was on the show as well when we were helping you guys promote a show with Passions for.
I wasn't on the first one, but yeah.
No, you were supposed to be, and something happened, and
Yeah.
they were just like, you know what, James, forget it. We don't need you that
Exactly.
day.
Yeah.
I think they were afraid
That's great.
because James with a live mic is a very
Powerful.
frightening experience.
Michael Douglas with the Uzi, man.
Enlightening. That's a good word.
He'll open
Michael
your
Douglas
mind.
with the Uzi.
So it's cool to have them all here. Now, you guys have gone through a lot of changes as a band, not only with different members in the band, but also the sound has changed since I've
Progression.
known you guys.
It's a progression.
There's been a lot of evolution within the band. What do you guys kind of attribute that to? Because, I mean,
just
4 of y'all have been in the
just
band for a
growth,
while.
yeah.
That's what it really boils down to is, you know, sticking together. And once you learn each other, you know, you anticipate each other's next deal, then you just we don't pump them out all the time.
Yeah.
Feed off each other.
Yeah.
But
And
you
I'm
gotta-
going to
but you gotta
say,
stick together.
us finally doing a cover really opened us up
Really
to
did.
different
So.
Which was interesting.
And we lucked
things.
out
Yeah, we
because I
don't
think
do
that-
covers, you
Yeah.
know. But we decided to do one, and now we're doing another one. We're going to be working on by Clutch.
Oh.
But yeah, I mean, it's really, I think, helped us all just kind of open
We
up
didn't
to a
think
new.
when we
We've
started
tightened
that
up
we would-
quite a bit, and
Yeah.
our gear has gotten better. So our sound has gotten a little bit better. It's just an investment. It's an
We've
investment
progressed
in
farther
something
than
that we
thought
want.
because we learned we learned it really quick, you know, because we progressed so much.
Well, I know you guys pretty well. I mean, we've been friends for a while, at least 3 years that I know of. And I know when we first talked to Jeremiah and Trevor, you guys, there was a real struggle between family life and music life and finding the time. You talked about getting tight.
Well,
It's
Yeah.
got to be tough to do that when you're working a job. You're being a dad. You're being a husband. You have to find time for practice to become tighter.
Yeah, I think at
Yes.
this point, I don't even think about it anymore.
Really.
Yeah,
It's
I
a
don't think we do. I mean, we get there, we collaborate, we blend, mesh, and it happens. Dude.
So there's
We're-
just
we're
not a
good.
whole lot of, excuse my language, but don't bullshit when it comes to practice. It's
Well,
The same time every week.
Yeah.
And
it came from bullshit. I mean, that's where it really came from. We were just playing around on the board. That's what it started as. Bullshit.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Again, it's our
Started
release,
coming
man. We look forward to those 2 days that we have each week to get together to just push away the world for a little while. Let's do our own thing.
And Wednesday night was your practice night, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's why we're sitting here on a Wednesday. You guys
Practice in
basically
Boston.
foregoed your practice for us. They did play like 6 songs. We're going to include 3 of them on the show. If you're wanting to see all 6, we were live on Twitch, and I'll include that link in the description below if you want to see the other 2 songs that they played. I think they played Breathe and Jumbled Up, which are incredible songs. Breathe is my favorite. We're not including that on the episode, though. And you guys have had a record for a while. I mean, the first time we talked with y'all, the record was already out. Is there work on a next one? Because I know every time I talk to y'all, you're like, we're going to have
still
another
working
CD.
on material for the next one. We've got like
close.
3 or 4 ready to go, and
We're gonna try.
We're working on a
10,
couple
like,
more.
Like the first one, shoot for a whole.
I know every time I talk to y'all, and I know the first record inside and out, it's really important for you guys that these songs are ready when you put them out. I know that just from talking to each of you over the years.
Yes.
So what does it take for that to happen, to get ready? Because I know y'all can
it's
be pretty
one of
picky.
those things you know it when you know it.
It comes out of nowhere. Sometimes I wish I had a been.
Yeah, you can wait a year. I mean,
Yeah.
some can be in the
Really
making for a
lyrical
year,
color,
and
which
then all
I-
of a sudden in 10 minutes, bam, it's complete.
Complete.
Yeah.
Like, wow, that happened in 10 minutes, and now it's
Hear a
been
difference, something happens.
I wish
Yeah.
that 10 minutes would
Magic.
happen.
So,
We're also going to try to do stuff in house so that we have the time, a little less money
We've been
on
gathering here for a
our
while.
end. We're fortunate to have other friends and other bands that are out there that are knowledgeable, that can help us and guide us, and that's kind of what we're leaning towards. Save the cost, lower the cost, but come out with a better quality music.
The cost.
The cost.
It always comes down to money, and it's unfortunate, but it's pretty much been that way since the dawn of music. I mean, let's be honest. Music is supposed to be to, inhibit feelings, to create emotion, and
It is.
and that's the way it should be. However, that frickin' it's almighty dollar gets in the way of that to get it out the way you want it to sound.
Almighty dollar gets away in everything, man.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Again, we've talked with all James, Trevor, and Jeremiah about that struggle between family and Rockstar. It's got to be tough. I finally have Terry and Tim in the living room, so I am going to ask them some questions. Terry, we were talking off camera. You're a grandfather.
Oh, yes.
So I just became a grandfather too. I think this is the first time I'm announcing that on the show.
Awesome.
I'm a grandfather, guys. April 20th, Hendrix Elias. Cool first name, right?
Yeah.
Hendrix.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then 420.
He's
Yeah.
He's an Aries
Nobody's
Taurus.
talking. Nobody's
Yeah.
talking.
But are
Yeah,
you
he's
in
Taurus.
fact the oldest guy in the band?
Oh,
Taurus?
yes, I am. Yeah.
Aries Taurus.
So
just by a couple of
He's
years.
a
Oh, he's on the bump.
No, no.
James is trying to help him out here.
Yeah.
He was like, "Oh, yo, come on, get off, Terry."
Yeah, I've been playing for a long time. I really enjoy it. So,
This ain't his
it
only
keeps
band.
me going.
That dude, he's got like 7 bands going. It's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
But,
Yeah, we're not his
I was
only-
going to say, you
He's
guys
running
must
circles
serve on
around
multiple
all of us.
projects.
He's
Yeah.
running
Yeah, I do the
circles.
classic rock. We do the bike rallies and stuff like that.
And Terry was the first one here today. As the drummer, that is highly
And I
impressive.
drove the farthest.
I am just
And he
saying.
drove the farthest.
He's got the most
Oh, yeah,
to
you
set
came
up,
from,
man.
From work.
It's part of it.
Now, I know that Terry has always been probably the busiest guy in the band. It's really hard to nail you down. I mean, even after a show, it's like, where'd Terry go?
Yeah, it's a long ride home.
So what's your background like in music, man? Like influences, stuff like that?
Zeppelin, Kansas, just all kinds of classic rock.
Mhm.
Been playing a long time. I've had a few record contracts and offered to.
So why the
us.
drums?
My dad's a drummer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Surprise.
Yeah. I
Let me
picked it
tell-
up from him, watching him in the clubs and stuff at night, and
He's been drumming since he was 2.
2.
pretty much.
Lord.
Hey, wait till you meet his daddy. He lives right up the street from me.
Oh, yeah?
Wait till you meet his daddy. It's
Yeah, he's a true.
unbelievable.
So what does he think about you being in bands now, kind of going the same road as you?
He's supposed to be like
Yeah, he likes it, but he'd rather be up there playing.
I'm sure.
Yeah,
he's jamming with Kurt. They got a little thing
Right,
going
yeah,
on
they
up there.
do.
Yeah.
And same question for you, Tim, because I know you're, again, a couple years in the band, but you are the I think the youngest and the newest
I
member
am
of
the
the
youngest
band.
and the newest.
Well,
Yeah.
where do your influences lie?
So I do have an older brother. He's been playing music as long as I can remember. He's really got me started on it, and he's a guitar player. And it was just kind of a natural thing for me to pick up bass and do something different, with that and the dynamics. And he really kind of put me along. We played in several cover bands, did all kind of grunge, alternative, classic rock. So I'm pretty.
What was the fit like for you coming in? Like, because these guys have been together forever, and
It was actually pretty awesome.
It was pretty sweet. It was a nice transition.
They already had the album.
Right.
I just had to learn it. And,
Which he learned very
pretty quick.
Without
And then
that,
put his
It
twist
worked
to
out
it.
really well.
With the new music, are you just kind of laying your own groove in there now?
Trying to. We're getting things nailed down and it's working out.
I was pretty stoked, man, because I knew of you before the VOS. You
Yeah,
know, I
I
knew you
played a
were a
couple
really
other
good
bands.
shredder on the bass, and I was like,
Appreciate
dude, this
that.
is great, man. Like,
Awesome.
Noah was good too. I love Noah, and he was a great member of the band too. But man, when you came in, I was like, dude, this is a great fit.
Yes.
And I'm just really happy that you stuck with it because you guys are great vibes with this band.
Yeah.
And I know your influences are all over the place.
We got it all over. Yeah. You're right.
Now, when we had Trevor here at episode 5, we really didn't talk too in depth about serious stuff. We talked about eating receipts and tolerable rock and all of that stuff. And then I think Trevor is one of only 3 people to actually interview me on the show as well.
Yeah.
I don't remember what episode number. 174. Yeah, it was 174. I think it was 174. If I'm
We were
right,
going to do a
I'm done.
continuation of that, and we're going to get into in-depth.
And one thing that
philosophy.
we talked really heavy about was the struggle of rock musicians in East Texas. That's something you and I talked about quite a bit in that episode where you were talking to me.
Yeah, it's everywhere. I mean, East Texas really
Yeah.
got the rap, though, because they expect a lot of red dirt country to come out out of here.
Country is king here.
And unfortunately, it's basically Clicks Live or Dallas. I mean, that's
it.
basically your choices.
Well,
There's
we went to
Houston.
Austin.
There's
Well, yeah,
Houston,
Houston as
We
well.
went to Austin. Went to Dirty Duck Saloon.
I saw you guys go to Austin. What was that like?
Oh, it
It
was
was
great.
a lot of
man.
fun.
Dude, that was
Yeah.
fun.
It was fun.
That
was great. And
we had
seriously
a
fun.
guy that went with us that helped us and everything.
Yeah, shout out to Aaron Ross for helping us out. He did a great job.
Very
cool.
TJ couldn't make
From
it.
Stone
so
Mages, Aaron Ross.
Yeah.
Yes,
So,
yes.
Shout out to
Yeah,
Aaron.
what a
He
Thank
did
you.
a
talent.
great job too.
Very
He was
good
nervous.
VOS in Austin. I'm surprised you didn't
Dirty
burn it
Dog.
down.
It was great, man. And people
Oh, we
were
did.
coming in
We
off
did.
the street.
Yeah, man.
So they've rebuilt Austin since they were there.
That
Well, Dirty Dogs,
That
they did.
alleyway.
Yeah, the alleyway.
So yeah, unfortunately, guys, if you're watching from outside of Texas, it's pretty tough here in East Texas if you're not a country musician to get heard. And that's why it's really important for us here on ETX Rocks to be an all-genre program because we want all the musicians, all the artists to have a platform to get their music heard, even if it's through a small platform such as ours. And I mean, this is the best of the best that East Texas has to offer right here when it comes to rock music. In my opinion, I know these guys are really humble. They won't say that. I'm saying it for them.
I'm the best.
Y'all are
No,
amazing.
Trevor would say that.
Trevor might say it off camera with his hand over his mouth so it looks like somebody else is talking. See? He's so good at that.
Hey,
man.
Sugarfoot.
I mean, we definitely appreciate the opportunity and your time and doing, and especially you for doing what you do for
Thank you.
Yeah, you do
for
so
the
much
small,
for local
the small
music.
guys, man.
Yes.
Because we're nobodies.
Oh, man, I
I
disagree.
mean, we are
with you.
really nobodies. And we've had the opportunity to play some big venues and big locations, man. But today's music world,
We know
It's
what
a
it
good
it's
scene right now.
We know what it is.
We do it because we love it. That's for sure.
Well, you guys have been doing it a long time. You guys aren't
9
young
years.
anymore. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, let's be honest. We're all, mid to probably 30s. Some of us are probably in our 40s. Don't look bad, man. I'm 42. I'm there with you, brother.
42 and
My
all
point
this.
is this is not a young band. This is not a early 20-something just doing this out of a garage. You guys are doing this because you legitimately love music. Because you legitimately love the artistic side of music. That's why I was really surprised that you guys were playing a cover. You guys have been so adamant about original material. At the same time, I'm stoked that you guys decided to try it. And
And
you guys are going
Bob-
to hear the cover later in
Bob-
the episode. It's freaking fire.
I hope you like it.
What was it? What was that discussion like? Because I'm assuming this happened.
There was no
Let me tell you.
discussion.
Let me tell you what
There was no discussion. I mean, we basically pulled it out of our
When you
ass.
talk about Bob Marley, I mean,
We
how
played
did
it.
the discussion go?
Yeah.
and
We heard
Jelly
the lyrics
beans.
to it. We felt like
Yeah.
they
The
were
lyrics
still
are so
relevant.
James Bennett, dude.
Oh man, that's what
Still
I was.
relevant.
I was
Yeah.
like, this is definitely a song I want
That
to
was-
keep alive forever.
That
Yeah.
song was written 40, 50 years ago, and it's still relevant.
Yeah,
It's
we-
so James Bennett.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, it was. Spot
Didn't he
on.
play
Fit.
that in the
It
show? That song at the show 2 days after he got shot.
I think so.
Bob Marley when he got
Mhm.
shot.
I think he did.
And 2 days later, he did that show,
Mm-hmm.
and he sung. I think he sung that song and then the other, typicals. But
I gotta say that was for it being our first cover. It's amazing how it fell in our laps.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing how it all came together so
Yeah,
quick.
you just heard it, I think, one day, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard it one day. I played a chord and I was like, wait,
He's
hold
like,
on.
you got to listen to these lyrics, you
Yeah.
know? And I was
Mhm.
like, oh, let's do it.
I sat down and listened.
I was all
tried
about
to figure
it.
out the bass line and
Got
we
everybody
know,
aboard, man, and I think
fire,
I think by next
he's
week,
victimized. It's
fire,
victimized like
Yeah.
crazy.
It's so good. I never thought I would ever hear Bob Marley like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's a VOS song. It really, truly is
Yeah.
a VOS
Yeah.
song.
Yeah.
We put our
They
Try
twist
to
on
make it our
it.
own.
Yeah.
And it opened us up to a whole nother ideas, and all of
Yeah.
a lot of our newer stuff is more.
Yeah.
I mean, you heard it in the warm up.
Mhm.
You know, it's
Oh, y'all just wait, dude.
that
Oh my
wasn't
God.
complete, but
So when you guys are hitting a cover song like that, does that change the way you write at all? Do you think?
yeah, I think it opens you up to new new avenues to
Yeah, aspirations.
yeah.
Because I mean, you hear that groove in that Marley song,
Yeah.
and you want to
Yeah,
do
the
that in your
groove.
own music.
Yeah, exactly.
You know.
True.
Exactly.
So I mean, you're talking about doing Clutch now, which is not Bob
yeah.
Marley.
Yep.
Yeah, we're gonna do 101011.
Binary song.
Yep.
Completely different style of music.
Yeah.
It is.
Oh, and we really, I think,
we,
do a great
we
job
rocked
on
the
it,
shit
too.
out of that one
Yeah.
already
It works
too.
pretty
Yeah,
good.
we
Just-
can't wait to share it with everybody.
we're-
Have you pulled
we're a
these
little
out
ways away.
live already?
Not that one. We have
Not
done
that one.
Bob.
With that one.
We've done Bob several times live, but
What's the reception?
yeah, I think everyone loves it. A lot of people
The-
get they
There's
dance
some rock
right.
music
The
they
tighter-
don't
the
expect
tighter
to
we
hear
get
Bob
on it-
Marley
No,
at a, rock.
No.
Yeah, last time we
If you
played
mess it
Eclipse,
up,
there was a
if you
guy
mess
that
it up,
got up
it's-
and he
it's
was
gone.
dancing all over the place to it. You know.
You got to stay with it.
Yeah.
We got to be tight on that one, or else you'll lose it.
So this is a question I always wanted to ask these guys if I ever got them together, and it's that time. You guys, again, I was talking about we're all pretty middle aged. You know, we all have jobs, we all have kids for the most part. Jeremiah used the word nobody, which I hate, by the way. You guys are not nobodies. You're amazing musicians.
I appreciate it.
But what is the ultimate goal? I know James would say we just want to be heard. But what's the
Yeah.
goal? Because it's hard when you're a little bit older than some of these marketable.
There's no
Yes.
end game goal for me personally.
Yeah, I'd say same here, man. I mean, we're gonna keep doing what it is that we love,
The goal is to not
regardless
lose
of
it.
us five are
The
still
goal is to keep
together.
playing, not
Yeah.
lose it.
Yeah,
Keep it together
Yeah,
for
just
sure.
try to
I'm
go
still gonna be
like
sitting
you.
on my couch playing guitar
You
and
wanna
trying to teach my kids what the value of music will help you do through life. You know, music is very powerful, emotionally wise, driven wise.
The commitment. I mean, you know what I'm saying? If you have the passion for it.
Well,
the
even
commitment-
just
the
just
commitment-
listening
if
to
you-
it. I
if
mean,
you
what
love
music
something,
does
the
for your
passion,
soul,
the
man.
commitment
I
will come
mean,
with it.
I love good deep conversations and being able to be a part of this and put it into music, you know, and
Yeah,
try to
be
tell
relevant.
a story and try to share some depth and some
That's what I love about
reality,
you,
some
James
truth.
Bennett. You're so lyrical. You're so driven by the word, man.
He's a
Like,
lyrical
words are so
gangsta.
important to you, dude.
He's a
Trying to
lyrical
open
gangsta.
dude, he
eyes,
is crazy, man.
And it,
Well, there's a good
Not
question.
enough
I mean,
of
you guys have been friends with James a long time.
Mm-hmm.
James could be viewed as a little bit different by
I'm a mental
by the
case.
PC world. He
I'm a
could be.
mental case, that's for sure.
How do you guys deal with that? I mean, obviously you do. I mean,
You can't have a good band without a
A mental
great.
case.
Yeah.
You can't. I'm sorry.
I'll tell you,
look
I'll
at the
have
names
some
of history,
crazy
man.
days, you know, and our music really helps me
Hope-
snap back to reality. You know, I get so caught up in the bullshit,
Whoops, there goes
and we'll
gravity.
play a song that, you know, talks about let it go, you know, get back to, you know, happiness like Daylight and
Breathe.
and Breathe, you know, the songs that kind of say,
Let that
you know,
positive
Living for the
energy
Rain,
in.
you know, all the songs, you
Good
know,
song.
are really expressions of myself, you
It's
know.
funny you say that, man, because
I find myself living for the bad times a lot of times,
Right,
you know, and
right.
always looking for that bad thing to happen to screw up something good versus just
a lot of those things are
focusing on the
choices
good.
too, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, I say it on my stream all the time, where I play video games on Twitch. We try to keep a positive community, a positive-based mentality within my community on Twitch, and it's all about waking up and having the choice of how you're going to live your day emotion-wise, whether you're going to be positive, whether you're going to let things drag you down, whatever it is. I try to wake up, and I know you're a lot the same way, and this is why we get along so well, I think. I wake up, and I refuse to let the world bring me down. Because really, when I open my eyes, I've already got the best gift of the day, and that's to open my eyes.
Yeah.
It's a blessing that I'm awake.
sir.
I didn't die while I was asleep. So it's really hard to bring me down from the high of just opening my eyes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
There
throughout
are
the day,
forces.
go ahead.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying there are forces that are working at you.
Yeah.
You know, and we are
Absolutely.
vulnerable to it, and we do fall short sometimes, you know. And
I think that's
I'll
kind
tell
of
you,
part
I
of the
do
meaning of
a lot of
daylight.
times.
Yeah, and every
You
day
know?
is a new day.
You wake up, you got daylight, it's positive. Always think of the positive. Always think of the good.
It's fun.
Whatever
It's,
you think, it's going to compound.
and what James was just saying too, though, there are forces at work that are
Oh,
trying
yeah.
to pull you away
Always.
from
Oh,
that.
yeah. Always.
And they're usually really strong forces.
Yeah.
You know, there's like, for example, I mean, we just in our house in the last month, we've had to deal with electricity going out.
Yep.
Which, you know, cost a couple $100. We had plumbing go out, cost a couple $100.
Wow.
You know, it's just like, and everything down at that
Just
end of the
stacks
house.
up.
So it's just like, man, somebody's really trying to make me a negative Nancy right now.
Yeah.
And so I could go through my day and be like, man, what the hell am I going to do? I can't fix my electric. I can't fix my plumbing. I need somebody to come do that for me.
Yeah.
But I refuse to let it bring me down, dude.
You have a choice.
Yeah, your choice is try to find a fix for it, find the solution. And if I'm upset and down and negative, the chances of me finding the solution go out the window. They're a lot less likely to happen. If I look through all the BS and say, hey, there's going to be a solution somewhere, some way, I just have to find it. So let's just keep it positive and find it.
Patience.
Patience is a big thing.
Patience goes a long way.
Absolutely.
Just,
Yeah.
it may not be your day.
I just wanted to bring that up because that's what I see in James Bennett, man. That's who you are. Every time I see you, you're happy. You're always uplifting. You always have words of encouragement for people. I think you're an incredible human being in that way, dude. And I'm super happy to know you, dude.
Thank you so
I
much.
wanted to say that on the air because I've told you that before, and I wanted people to know who James
Yeah, it
Bennett
means
is.
so much more now.
It should. It should because now you can like play it back.
Yeah,
and
I
loop
can
it.
just watch it over
Yeah,
and over.
exactly. Now you don't need porn anymore. You know, porn, you don't need porn anymore.
Boston has spoken. It is truth now.
But it's true, man. That's who you are, and that's what
Yeah,
I love
appreciate
about
it.
you. I really do.
I try, but yeah, I do fall short at
Yeah,
many
we all
times.
do.
you
We
know,
all do.
and-
But I love the fact that you put that mentality within your music.
Yeah.
And you bring those lyrics to your band, and your band is super supportive of what
Oh,
you bring
man.
to them.
Yeah.
Which is incredible
Yeah,
as
they're
well.
amazing.
Because honestly, let's be honest, everything you guys put out as a group is lyrical. The message is always lyrical. And the lyrics have to speak for the entire band as a whole.
Yeah.
So when he puts out lyrics, it's speaking for all five of
He
y'all.
does a great job of capturing that.
Yeah, exactly.
Does.
And
And he's the only one that doesn't play an instrument. So I find that really,
Yeah.
awesome as well. How? How do you write songs not playing guitar?
Because the music's always going in my head.
Yeah?
Yeah. I can't bring it into
Existence.
fruition, but I can.
We could play like 2 or 3 licks,
I can
and
hear
he'd
it.
already be hearing.
So
that.
he hears it ahead of what you're playing.
Yeah.
He'll let it
yeah,
go a
really.
couple
I mean,
times.
the lyrics don't always come through like that, but the melody does. The melody will hit you immediately.
So is it a lot of times you're just like, oh man, try it this way? Like, do you do that a lot?
No, I don't ever
No?
tell them how to play it.
Okay.
No.
No, I just play.
But
I
do you
just-
tell them how you're hearing it?
I'll just sing it.
Yeah.
How
Okay.
I'm hearing it. Yeah.
And then they just
they'll
play
hear it.
behind you.
They'll hear it how I'm.
Yeah,
doing it,
when he
and-
starts belting,
Yeah.
then we start twisting
Yeah,
our end
we'll
of
know
it
then
a little bit.
what needs to
And they
change.
start hearing the changes. We
Okay,
kind of feel the
let's
changes
mute
together.
this and quiet this end of it down, and then let's start opening it up.
That's
When
not supposed to be how it works.
It,
I
it
mean,
doesn't
that's-
matter. Okay, he's left-handed. He's left-handed. He's just backwards. I'm left-handed.
He plays upside down.
Yeah, I know.
He does.
Not
And
just
I'm
left-handed,
left-handed
but
too,
upside
so-
down.
Yeah.
He ain't right.
Well, he's left-handed and plays right-handed.
Yeah.
So really, he's the back ass.
You guys all screwed up.
Really,
What?
he's the back ass.
Yeah,
What
he's
do
the
you know?
He plays
What are you talking
backwards.
about?
Right?
He plays right-handed and he's left, so he plays backwards. He plays upside down.
Yeah.
Right.
So he's,
I'm the
I
only
mean,
one in my
left-handed's
right
always
mind,
jacked
so.
up.
Does that mean you're
But-
left-handed?
I am,
Yeah,
yeah.
I knew that.
Using that right side of the brain, that creativeness.
Yeah. My fiance
and-
says she's the only one in her right mind too. She's like,
Yeah.
she's so incorrect.
That's where they say the music comes from. Is right mind, but the left side of the body is where the music comes from.
Here's a question for you. You didn't bring it out tonight, but the megaphone.
Yeah.
Where was that inspired by?
It just, I think we talked about it in practice, and then Trevor
No,
showed
it
up.
was one of our first recordings.
Trevor showed up in practice with one.
It
One
came
of our
from-
first recordings
Did you
that,
get it from the
that
dollar
never
store
got
or something?
produced.
I got it from the store
That we had help
Chris's
doing.
dad used to run.
He used
Before
a
he
MIDI
died.
player
I got
and
it from my-
manipulated the
that store.
voice to where it sounded like
Oh,
that.
wow.
And we're like, man, that would be a great idea. It sounds like you're somebody up there on a pedestal and
Yeah.
you're preaching
that
to
much,
a crowd.
Yeah,
And
and
that-
when we talked about it, I was
Yeah.
on the lookout for it
And
constantly.
the first time I saw that, I was like, that motherfucker got a megaphone?
You know where the store
And
came from.
Louise was like, yeah, it's
Crystal
freaking
Ball.
awesome. I was like, no shit, it's awesome.
Yeah, it's come in
it worked out
handy a
pretty
couple
good.
times.
Yeah.
One show, the PA went out,
Yeah.
and I did half the
We,
show.
we were
with
this
the
close to
microphone.
doing that tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we'd hoped
we were
didn't
real
have to.
close. Stuart Gregory, thank God for your
Yeah.
speaker. Thank
Yeah.
God for your speaker tonight. But
Yeah,
yeah, we made
thank
it
you.
happen.
Remind me to put your deal back on mic. On the back there.
Okay.
So again, guys, we're sitting here with Victims of Sanity all the way from Tyler. I know some of you guys are from Athens, but it's basically all around the Tyler area. You're pretty local to each other in that area. They play a lot of music in Tyler, Houston, Dallas, and now Austin, which is good news. Branching out, which is good to hear.
Arkansas, Louisiana.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you guys played Shreveport not too long ago, too. I saw that. What was that? Was it Bears or the Stage? Or where was it you guys
the
played?
That was
Coyotes.
Coyotes.
Coyotes. Yeah, that's right.
Coyotes.
The Hangar
Place.
21, we played it there. Hangar 21.
Well,
Hangar
Hangar
21,
21
I think
when
it's
they were
open.
around.
It's
I don't
not
think
open
I know it's not open no
Yeah.
more.
We
but that was a
played
cool
there.
place.
Hey, you guys shut that place down. See,
Yeah.
see what happened? You guys
That's
played
true.
there, and now they're
Yeah.
gone.
Yeah,
Kind of like that place in Austin. You burned it
left
down.
it,
Blew
left
the
it
roof
running,
off.
You know.
Were they
One
still in business when
Molotov.
you left? That's the question.
One Molotov cocktail and everybody freaks
That's the
out.
most-
You know,
Not their fault. y'all.
Everybody
It's not
loses their
fault.
mind when you,
Yeah.
you get a Molotov cocktail.
One Molotov cocktail.
Now we're gonna end the interview segment with one question. I did ask this on episode 5, and we asked it for the live folks on Twitch as well. But Victims of Sanity is such a cool name for a band. First of all, I get this is a 2-part question. Number 1, why Victims of Sanity? Why is that the name of the band? And 2, were there any names of the band that did not make the cut? And if so, what were they?
Yes and yes to both.
Yeah, they're gonna have to ask them. 'Cause
Right,
I wasn't
right,
part
yeah.
of all this.
When we were sitting
Forming.
around, when we were forming it, we were talking about, struggles, everyday life and everything, and, we got to work, and we got to pay bills, we want to play music, and so, we started talking about movies. And then we remembered a movie that, showed a guy where he was an everyday citizen and paid his taxes, but then he kind of lost it. You remember Fallen with Michael Douglas?
Yeah.
Okay, that guy was a victim of sanity.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because when it took over, it was everything that he had.
Yeah, he
And
just
so
snapped.
the thing is if you're a smart person, you're aware of everything that's happening. Okay, if you're stupid and bliss, there's really not much you got to worry about. You know what I mean? Xanax will take care of the
Yeah,
rest.
intelligence is a horrible disease, dude.
Well, if you've
Once
got
you learn
it,
something, you can't unlearn it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can really unlearn.
but you need
You can't
everything.
unsee nothing. God, that's called
I think-
Alzheimer's.
Yeah.
I think James nails it really in our song Bruised and Battered, in the opening of it. No government, no laws, no religion can decide our fate. We're all smart enough to make our own decisions. We don't need somebody to dictate and delegate to us what's right and what's wrong. Again,
definitely don't
it,
take- don't
again,
take
it comes
away from
down to choices. This is what I'm teaching my kids. You got 2 choices. You got the right choice, you got the wrong choice. It's all up to you to decide. I don't need somebody else to tell me to decide. It's up to us. It's up to the individual.
Not to tell us to decide, but to say, hey, this is, you have to do this. You're walking down the road and cop pulls you over and wants to see your ID. I don't have to give it to you. You haven't done anything wrong.
Yeah.
Well, you did. You just told me. You just,
Yeah,
you just-
refuse to
you
give
just
me your
refuse-
ID.
You know what I mean? That's
From
where
the-
it's at these
From the
days.
time we're 5 years old, we're put into the public school system,
Mhm.
and we're told how to think, what to believe, what is real,
What is
how,
fact?
what is,
That's the
what is
problem.
acceptable to society, and if you don't give their answers, and then you're a failure, and if you fail, society doesn't accept
You're
you.
you're frowned upon.
You're not told how
Shunned.
to actually use your brain and how to connect with things and connect with the people and connect with nature. You're told to be a robot, to fit in a box, and be a square.
This is fact. This is fact.
And if
this
you
is fact.
disconnect
Tell
from the
your
machine,
friends.
you are weird. You
Oh yeah,
are
you're crazy.
You're out.
strange,
You know.
psychotic.
And most of those guys don't have no filters, and that's a real person. You know, a real person with no filters. will tell
Very
you
true.
exactly
This is
what
real
they
stuff, guys. All right, so you guys are going to play another song for us, and we've been talking about the cover song you guys have started doing, and it's "So Much Trouble in the World Today." Is that the name of it?
So much trouble in the world.
Yeah. Okay. So it's Bob Marley, again, super. Like I couldn't believe you guys were playing a cover song because it's
Yeah.
been original music since I've known you guys.
Yeah.
We've talked a lot about the song. We're extremely excited to show you guys the very first cover song from Victims of Sanity. It's "So Much Trouble in the World." Y'all check it out. Guys, we'll be right back after this message from a former guest. Don't go anywhere.
I'm Jay.
And I'm Walter from Rocket Queen. Thank you for tuning in to the ETX ROCKS show.
All right, so we are back once again. It's episode number 317 featuring VOS, Victims of Sanity. Now, if people are hearing about Victims of Sanity for the first time, where can they follow along with everything y'all have going on social media, stuff like that?
I think the best places are Facebook and
Pretty much, we got
Reverb Nation.
Yeah, we got our feet and everything. YouTube, Twitter,
We have
Instagram.
.com, isn't it?
No,
Store?
no.
We did.
We did. We don't know more, but
I know Facebook's probably the best
Yeah,
place.
it's
Facebook, Reverb Nation, YouTube. I mean, if you want to see some of our live footage, we had the opportunity for 360 Radio Network.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
That filmed us. I mean, it looks like the old school MTV videos, man, with the name and all that stuff
Right.
on the corner. It's
And that's
cool,
all on
cool.
YouTube.
That's all on
It's all
YouTube.
Beavis and
Yeah.
Butthead now.
It's Beavis and Butthead. And of course, they've been on our show before too. If you want to
Yeah.
learn more about them, just Google Victims of Sanity ETX Rocks. They'll come up like 6 times. These guys have been on so many different shows. They're good friends of ours. You guys are always welcome back anytime you want. Anytime you have
Heck yeah.
big news or the new CD is out, we'd love to have you back for sure.
Heck yeah.
And speaking of CDs, they do have CDs for sale. What's the best way for folks to get a copy of
Come
the
see us live
Yep.
and buy a CD.
Show,
Okay.
Sure.
That's
What if they're not
best.
close by?
You know, message us on Facebook. We'll get it to you.
Very cool.
We'll be in their town shortly.
Yeah. We'll come to you. How's that?
We'll come to you. Yeah.
Hopefully they don't message you from the Philippines or something. That could get expensive.
Yeah, a little bit.
Exactly.
Just the translation.
We
guys.
want to go there.
We
though.
need an excuse to go there.
Yeah, there you
But
go.
there's a lot of
You heard that,
competition.
Philippines. Make it
Out there?
happen. out
There's a
there.
lot of competition in the Philippines.
There is.
I'm not
Oh.
sure, but I
That
think
dude from
we may
Journey.
have made all
Journey
of our
singer? Yeah.
tracks
That new guy?
downloadable.
Yeah, the
Off
karaoke
of
singers
Reverb
they
Nation.
put
I think
in
they
with
are
the-
downloadable.
All of them.
I think so.
Yeah, you
I
can
think you
stream
guys
our
can
whole
download
album,
the
download
music.
it, whatever.
We may be wrong, but you can check it out. If you go to Reverb Nation and put in search Victims of Sanity, I think their music is downloadable on there as well.
Or at least we got at least
Maybe a couple of
a
samples.
few of them. But
Yeah.
I think we all came to agree and said it's time to just go ahead and cut the tie on trying to maximize our profit.
Right.
We're not all about the money,
Yeah.
but we want our music heard.
Well, we will definitely put a link to the Reverb Nation down in the description of the episode so you guys can check that out. We'll make that happen for these guys. Victims of Sanity, make sure you're hitting that like button on Facebook. It's Victims of Sanity. I shouldn't have to spell that for you guys. I don't know. VICTIMSOFSANITY.
Well done, sir.
Guys, I appreciate everybody tuning in to episode number 317. If you're watching ETX Rocks for the first time, you can find us on all social media at ETX Rocks. We're located on YouTube, the ETX Rock Show. Hit the subscribe button, very, very important. Every sub we get on there changes the algorithms for us in a positive fashion, which means we'll be featured in recommended videos more. So sub, it's free. Do it, please. Also, you can check us out on the World Wide Webs. It's etxrocks.show, not .com. We don't know those people. It's etxrocks.show. You're going to find all of our episodes, all the live music we've ever done here on the show right there on the internet, etxrocks.show, including folks like Vince Gill, Ronnie Millsap, big names like that. So you guys check that out. Over 10,000 hours of content we put together in 3 years on the show.
Congratulations.
Thank you
That's
guys. And it's all right there, etxrocks.show. And as we've said on the show, for 317 episodes now, we want to thank y'all out there for always supporting live music of all genres and all styles. And don't ever forget,
ETX Rocks.
That's right.
Realize. The reality is, water is level. So we rise and rise and rise. There are no That's the ocean splash. And the facts speak for themselves.
From the unknown to the stars, from the couch to the car, from the unheralded and the unheard, to the legends and beyond, it's where we all belong. Yes, this is where it all starts. From every genre, from every plane, this is where the music's played. So tune right in, won't you bring a friend? This is where it all begins. Welcome to the show, let the music flow of every style and creed. And you can bet your socks that ETX rocks, ETX rocks.